Okay, in this one we're going to have a look at sketching where we don't have it in turning point form. And so that can be a little bit different in the way that we will do that. So having a look at this one, we first want to see if we can factorize it. So looking at our ACB method, our A is equal to 1, our B is -7, our C is 6. So our AC is equal to 6 and our B is equal to -7. So we want two numbers that will multiply to give 6 but add to give -7. If we go -1 and -7, that will work. -1 and -6. -1 times -6 will give us 6, and -1 plus -6 will give us -7. So we're able to factorize that with x take 1, x take 6, which means our x-intercepts are at 1 or 6. So there are our x-intercepts, we've got that. Now we also want our y-intercept, and that's when x equals 0. So we can do that in the form that it is up here, or we can use our factorized form. So using the original, we've got 0 squared minus 7 times 0 plus 6. So we've got 0, take 0 plus 6 is 6. So we can always see that y-intercept from the start there. So now we have x-intercepts, we've got y-intercepts. We want an axis of symmetry, which is obviously going to be based on our turning point. Now, when it's not in turning point form, what we can do is use -b over 2a. So our b is -7, so the negative of that will be +7. A is 1, so 2 lots of that will be 2. So our turning point is at 3.5. We can then sub that back into the original equation to work out what the y value is when x is equal to 3.5. Now, the quickest way for me to do that, which seems a little bit counterintuitive because obviously I'll have the sketch anyway, is to pop it in my calculator. So I've got x squared minus 7x plus 6. And if I graph that, I can get some values off that nice and quickly. So then I can do second trace 1, and I can pop in that 3.5 for x, and that gives me a y of -6.5. So my turning point is at 3.5, -6.25. So that means my axis of symmetry is just going to be x equals 3.5. And I've got my turning point, so now I can do a quick sketch of that. So looking at the information that I have, I know that it's going to cross at 6. And I know that it has the two values of 1 and 6 there. So if I go 2, 4, 6 halves, I've got the 1 and the 6 for my x-intercepts. And then I know that I've got my 3.5 there and -6.25. So I'm coming down and back up again for my sketch. Now, obviously I've already got it on my calculator, and if you're in an exam where this could be a tech-free question, but you have your calculator anyway, please make sure you check your graph on your calculator since you have that with you. Little side note, yes, I am not using my normal red calculator. I've lent that to someone for the holidays, and I have borrowed one of my children's calculators. So not with my classic red calculator, but still able to work out my questions even though I don't have my fancy one.